This is Monday Morning Meditations number 272 on the Rising Man podcast with Jeddy Azuma. Are you just waiting for somebody to come and save you? What's up, Rising Man community? Jeddy Azuma here with another Monday Morning Meditation episode here to wake you up and get your week started with some fire and some wisdom to juice you up. Without further ado, the topic for today's Monday Morning Meditation is waiting to be rescued. So I'll be the first to out myself on this. As an adult, I've had many moments where a deep instinct in me was hoping that somebody would show me the way out of my dilemma. Somebody would come and just magically put $5,000 in my bank account. Or somebody would come and lay out the business model that I needed so that I can follow step by step to success so that my business would just run itself. And I think that this is something that is programmed in us as children, in our childhood. When we get used to our parents and our elders taking care of us as we're growing up, that part of our brains has to evolve. It's part of that maturation process that has to occur. And speaking on my own experience, I think there's parts of that didn't develop all the way by the time I made it to adulthood, especially when I've hit my most challenging obstacles. When it's come to business-related things, financial-related things, just navigating the world, bills, taxes, relationship, you name it. Every single thing that matters to me in my life has had some sort of obstacle that has presented itself. And in the moments where I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to do, there was like a voice in me, an instinct that said, maybe somebody will come and just show me the way or take care of this problem for me. When I got arrested when I was in my early 20s, the first thing that came up for me was, I hope somebody can come along and make this thing go away. And the most powerful realization that I've had when it comes to this voice in my head came first from an understanding that that's a natural occurrence that happens in my body. It's part of a program that's been running ever since I was born. Ever since I was screaming out to my mom because I was hungry as a baby, I've had this program that happens where I want something, I need something, I don't know how to do it for myself. Somebody come help me, somebody come save me. Now this is where it becomes problematic. When we enter into adulthood, and we take on this responsibility of becoming a man, we take on the role of provider and protector. All of a sudden, we are in the role of providing safety and certainty, providing calm in moments of chaos for other people. But then who does that for us? Who takes care of me and my nervous system and my needs when other people are looking to me for solutions? That's the part of our development as men that often gets arrested when we're children. It gets suspended in this program of, well, if it gets really hard, somebody can come along and rescue me. And we were just having an engaging conversation in the Rising Man community last week where men were able to admit, I have that voice in my head that just wants somebody to show me the way. I just want somebody to take that responsibility off of my shoulders. Because when you actually carve underneath it, why do I have that impulse to be rescued? Because I don't actually want someone to rescue me. I'd love to figure it out for myself. I don't know what to do, so it's convenient to have somebody figure that out, but what's underneath that? And I was asking the men in the community to dig a little bit deeper. We revealed that it's actually a function of responsibility. If I take on the responsibility to solve this problem, to take care of myself, to wander into territory I've never gone before, then it's all on me. Whereas when I looked to be rescued or saved as a child by my parents or somebody else, the responsibility was theirs. And I just had to hitch myself to their wagon. It's convenient, it's easier, it's safer. It alleviates me of the responsibility that I have to take for myself. And the first thing I want to make really clear is that I think this is a very normal and ordinary experience for us to have somewhere along the line in our development. I don't want to be a 30-year-old married man with children who's still looking to be rescued. And if I don't want to be that way, then I have to consciously choose how I'm going to change that. How do I go from being somebody who wants to be rescued in my greatest moments of challenge to being somebody who leans into the discomfort, who opens the door, who chooses to face off with the dragon instead of shutting myself down and looking for somebody to save me from it? Now, when it comes to these conversations, it's really important to erase all of the shame that we might want to put on that voice that shows up in our head. It's just a voice that's been there ever since you were born. The difference is it's a voice that once you're aware of, you can start to choose not to listen to. You can start to choose a different pathway for yourself. Figure out, how do I solve my own problems? I'm not above asking for help, but ultimately I take responsibility. Wherever I source wisdom and advice and counsel from, it's ultimately up to me to synthesize that and make a decision from there. This idea that I can be rescued, it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve you. If you have that voice that comes up in your head, it's just delaying the inevitable of you needing to go and take responsibility for your own challenge. And oftentimes we have resistance to doing that because if I can't see the solution, then there's a part of me that doesn't believe one exists. But there's always a solution to every single problem, everything that you're facing right now. Think of it. Close your eyes. What is that biggest challenge that you're facing right now? There's 100 solutions to that. And the fact that you can't see them is exactly where the opportunity lies for you to go out and seek support. But ultimately, to take that information and bring it into yourself and take responsibility for that. That's the key there. And I know that this is a conversation that many men have in their heads. I just led a call last week where everybody on the call admitted that there's somewhere inside of us that looks for somebody to save us, somebody to rescue me, take care of me, because that was easy and that was comfortable and that was secure and certain when I was a child. But now as an adult, that must evolve. That must change. That must transform. In order for me to fulfill the vision of the man that I want to be, that I intend to be, I have to become a man who can learn how to navigate his own challenges. Again, not completely removed from support or help from anybody else, but ultimately being in the driver's seat of that decision, being the driver of those solutions, going out and seeking information when I don't have it, and taking full 100% responsibility for the outcome. That's where the growth is. When I take full responsibility for everything that's coming my way, everything that's coming in waves in my direction, even if it's hard, it stretches my capacity. And no matter what, on the other side of that challenge, I'm gonna be better for it. So if you're sitting back there and you have somewhere in your brain, there's that voice that just looks for the easy out, the shortcut, somebody to rescue you and save you from your circumstances, sit with that voice for a moment. Speak to it. Say, hey, I know you've been there our whole lives. You've been taking care of me. You've been helping me out. And we don't need to be saved anymore. There's more capacity in this body right now. I can find a solution. Let's work together and enroll your nervous system in finding a new way. This is the type of conversations that we get to be in this brotherhood community, this Rising Man community that's growing all over the world. And these conversations can be hard to have by yourself. So I encourage you to come join us inside of the Rising Man Brotherhood community. The links are everywhere. All you got to do is register. It's completely free. Just step in there and start jumping into these community calls with us, because I tell you what, once you start to realize that you're not unique, that your problems are our problems, and that there's a solution to everything, life suddenly becomes a lot more manageable. So go ahead and join us in there. And in the meantime, stay tuned every week when we drop these Monday morning meditations. I'll see you next time. Rise up and claim your destiny.